Welcome to another episode of Chamber Champions, where we talk everything Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce. Today's special guest, the newly appointed past chair of the board. We just had your celebration. How did you enjoy the event?
It was phenomenal. Overwhelming. Every detail was perfect. It was a magical evening.
Yeah, I was on the committee that helped do that, and you had some very creative ladies working on that, and they do, like you said, they think of every detail. So let's look back at the year, and what are some of your highlights that you're most proud of, some of the accomplishments for the Chamber this past year?
Oh my goodness, there's so many, but collaboration. You know, this was the year of collaboration, and we changed our Champion Your Chamber to January, which was phenomenal to do that in January instead of doing it in May, and just the collaboration with everyone.
So how'd you get involved with the Chamber? Because you have to be around, and then you get noticed, and then you work your way up through the kind of the board rankings. How did you get involved with the Chamber first?
Oh my goodness, back in 1986, when we opened Memorial Hermann Southeast, we joined the Chamber, and I got involved. And then a couple of years later, I was chairman of the healthcare committee, and we used to do a big health fair at Baybrook Mall. And so been involved with the Chamber for a long time.
Baybrook, yeah, that we used to do Epicurean there as well, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was an interesting place to have kind of events going on. So what for people who want to get involved and get on the board, for example, and develop their leadership talents, what kind of advice would you give them?
The first thing is get involved, join a committee, attend events, get to know people, network, do the things you're supposed to do, yeah. Shake and howdy and get to know people, but join a committee and get involved.
So what are some of your favorite events that the Chamber puts on every year?
Well, obviously the Chairman's Ball.
Absolutely.
But Epicurean Evening is just one of the greatest things in the world. It's out of this world, obviously, at Space Center Houston. The Boat Parade is another fun thing. The new teacher luncheon, oh my goodness, to see 600 people in that ballroom and the new teachers and the youth and the excitement, that they have going into this new profession and joining our community. So those are some of the highlights.
Yeah. So how would you describe your leadership style?
I'm going to use the word again, collaborative. This chamber knows what they're doing. They've been doing it for a long time, 62 years. Cindy and Sherry are the masters. They are incredible. And this chamber doesn't need someone to come in and change things, just refine. And that's what we've done.
Yeah, and I love seeing the pictures on the wall and just some of I've learned a lot myself from being around such great leaders, and it helps you develop you. And so what's one key takeaway you've gotten out of this last year that's going to help you in your career?
Oh, I think patience, stepping back and letting the experts do what they know how to do, because I'm one of those people that likes to jump in and do things, and just taking a step back. And that's helped me in so many other areas of what I do for Memorial Hermann. Just saying, wait a minute, take a step back. There's experts here. They know what they're doing. They don't need you to interfere.
Well, and you I think you brought it up at the ball, but talk about the time commitment of being chairman of the Clear Lake Area Chamber. You can put as much or as little as you want into it, but obviously you went full force. Talk about that time commitment and how work.
Memorial Hermann is amazing. Noel, my boss, understands community. He understands this commitment, and he supported me, which is the biggest thing in the world, having your CEO support. Mm-hmm. And it is a time commitment, but it's an enjoyable time commitment. Every time you go to a ribbon cutting and people are so happy to see board members or to see the ambassadors, they're just, it's a fun time commitment.
Yeah.
And you get back tenfold what you put into it.
Yeah, and you get a real sense of how this community, how big it is, and how much, opportunity there is out there. It's really amazing. I mean, you'll be on one side, Seabrook, and then you'll be in Webster for ribbon cuttings, and it's great to see how all of these small communities that we have here get along and help feed businesses in this area.
And they're excited. It's so much fun to watch their excitement and to watch these businesses grow. When you watch them and you see somebody, I could give a couple of examples, but you see people literally get on a committee, or join, go to ribbon cuttings and get to know other people, and then their business starts growing, and that's why we're here, right? We are champions for business success, and I love to watch that in action.
Yeah, well, like what in particular? Give an example of one that you've seen where you're just like, the chamber made it work for them.
Oh my gosh! So our DK Desk Buster lady, she joined committees, she got involved, she had Bobby represent her, and her business has just flourished and grown. And our own Memorial Hermann Urgent Care here in Clear Lake has flourished and grown. We did that ribbon cutting a few years ago, and it just took off. So I'd love to see that.
Yeah, no, it's the success stories are what make it. So in your career, this isn't your only chamber.
Correct.
You and Kevin Venable probably try to outdo each other on the number of chambers you belong to. But tell me about what makes this one unique compared to the others, and they all have a flavor, right?
You're right. They do all have a flavor. They're all unique. And Clear Lake Chamber is just the epitome. I say this, I've said it for years, I say it now. It is a well-oiled machine, but the thing that makes Clear Lake different is they don't just stand on their laurels. Every year they want to get better. They want to do more. And, I've been chairman of the board, obviously, of other chambers, and they're phenomenal. They're great. And, when you step into a role at Clear Lake, you know the difference immediately with the staff, with Sherry, with Cindy, with the other staff members. There's just a commitment, there's an excitement, there's a fellowship, if you will. And it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to be more involved.
Yeah, they all genuinely have a passion for the community.
Absolutely.
And I would venture to say that this is the only chamber they would have ever wanted to be worked for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it has been, the year flew by. It has been so much fun and so just exciting, and to watch the growth and, the change that we made, not doing a membership drive. It took a couple of years, and then this year we actually saw the fruits of the labor of that whole team, and the willingness to, hey, we're not going to do a membership drive anymore. We're going to grow organically. We're going to grow because what we're offering is what people want to come and be part of.
Yeah, and I've noticed that we see a lot of membership upgrades as well throughout the year, and so people are really starting to buy into, like you said, not making it about one push, but making it about, hey, come join us. See for yourself. Seeing is believing.
Absolutely. And people tell me that all the time. They tell me the difference. They really appreciate the staff all being so friendly and open and wanting to help. It makes a difference.
Yeah. So, when I was on the board, it was really cool to experience kind of this idea of getting coached up. Did you have any interaction like that with Cindy and the staff or other board members?
But I think with us, it was more of, we all kind of know each other's strengths, and we built upon those. So that, and it was just more building. And I love the fact that there's no, and I hate to use this, there's no rinse and repeat with this chamber. They're constantly looking for ways to be better. How do we make it better? How do we make it better for our members? How do we make it better for the community? What can we do to constantly improve?
Yeah,
and they don't just sit.
I like the fact that they have 3-year terms, and because you get more people in, you get more people involved, and then if you get to the level of chairman, you're always going to stick around, always be involved.
Sure.
They won't let you go anywhere. I've tried, trust me. But yeah, the camaraderie is, and I've taken that to some of the other organizations that I've volunteered with, and I try to set up a similar kind of 3 in, 3 out kind of pattern, and it's just to get more people involved, and it's the lifeblood. It's the lifeblood of a chamber is the people.
Exactly, and you need new ideas.
Yeah.
You need fresh, and you need history, you need tradition, but you also need fresh and new. But you've got to have history and you've got to have tradition.
And I think we've got that in abundance. I look back at some of the pictures on the wall, and I see the likes of just some real Joe Barlow, for example. I mean, what a great guy, and he helped the early years of this place, and so it's just Dick Gregg. I love talking with Dick about the history of not just the chamber, but the area in general.
The area.
Yeah.
I know. And I mean, if it weren't for this chamber, we wouldn't have NASA Road 1, right? And we wouldn't have I-45. There's so many things this chamber has done for 62 years. The
spin-off organizations is amazing. If people go back and look. BAHEP, you've got the Visitors Bureau. You've got, what else spun off of? Baytran.
Baytran, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a great chamber.
So what would you like your legacy to be?
Oh my goodness, that I left it better than I came to it.
Okay, that's a great answer. So I think you've done that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.